Good morning, everyone. This is Lori Flickinger coming to you live from Lori's Wellness Loft. And for those of you joining me for the first time, I am a health and life coach, and my goal is to come on daily to give you little coaching gems that you can start applying right away to live a happier, healthier life. So thank you all for jumping on the call today. I am so excited for today's live video just because of the fact that it is leading in to my free seminar this evening. So for those of you who have been following me, I am doing a free call tonight that's called Next Chapter Coaching. Hello, Molly. I hope you're coming to the call tonight. Are you? It's free. And I'm going to give away secrets. So on these calls, hello Amanda, thanks for hopping on. On these live videos every day, I give you little coaching gems, okay? But there isn't the application, there isn't the follow through. And I say this with people all the time. When people show, and I was the same. I was just gathering information, gathering, and I was seeking out all of these mentors, and I was listening to their talks, and I was thinking to myself, well, how come they can do it and I can't? Until I finally cracked the code and realized why. So if you're coming on my call tonight, you're actually going to get some follow through, which is a little different from these little quick calls that I do in the morning, or these little lives that I do in the morning. But you're also going to hear a little bit about my personal story. So a lot of times people don't know how I got here. They just know Lori's the coach and she's just incredibly successful and she has all this information under her belt. But I want to tell all of you how I actually got here, which is kind of interesting. And I just assume people know, but they really don't. I was putting together a seminar weeks ago and I was going over it, and I guess I was saying it live to all of you, and Joey came by and said to me, gee, Mom, I didn't know that about you. So I'm thinking, if he, my son, who lives with me and has known me for the first 15 years of his life, doesn't know these things about me, how do you? So tonight's call is going to be a little personal, but it's also, you're going to walk away with an action plan that you can either just take and use as it is, or you can even apply more and join a program afterwards. So today, good morning, Chaz, how are you? Today I want to talk about the impossible dream, where everybody has that impossible dream in their head, or that impossible goal or aspiration, and you just think to yourself, gosh, if I can just do it, it would be amazing, but it's impossible for me. And I say to people this: if there has been one person on the planet that has done what you want to do, guess what? You can do it too. And usually people come in with the impossible dream of things that are very, very possible. You know, they want to lose 25 pounds. They want to start a business. They want to find a new career. They want to start a family. They want to just find some clarity in their life because they're kind of just wallowing. They don't know where they're going. They just know they're unhappy with where they are. So I say to these people, the first thing I say to them is, what do you want to create? Like, what's your goal? And often, almost 99% of the time, so if you guys don't know what that answer to that question is, don't worry, you're not alone, because most people, I have to pry and needle and really get in there and pull it out. It's like an extraction. The first session I have with coaching clients, so the first one is usually the most, I don't want to call it invasive, but I have to, where I just get in there. I'm moving walls and I'm getting in and I'm asking you some personal nitty-gritty questions, and I need you to actually say it yourself. Okay, I can look at you 9 times out of 10 and tell you what you're doing wrong, but until you figure it out for yourself, it's not going to work. Okay, so number one, you have to decide what you want to do. So write this down. So this is like how the coaching process will go tonight and with me always. You have to, number one, decide what you want. Decide what you want to do. You can't just walk in and say, Lori, I'm miserable. Okay, great. we all have miserable moments. What do you want to do? So that's what you have to do. So you have to get really clear. So if you're coming on this call tonight, I want you to get clear on deciding what the goal is at hand. Numero dos, you have to create certainty. So that's the hard one for people, because when they walk in, they're like, well, I want what that person has. That person has the perfect life. Look at her. She has a wonderful family and she has 2 healthy kids and she has this booming career and she has a spouse that loves her and she's living the dream. She has this certainty about her. But I guarantee you, that person that you are emulating didn't always have that certainty. That person didn't start off there. So I want you all to realize, in order for you to get where you want, you have to develop a plan of certainty and realize that it is possible for you. Okay? And I'm going to get more clear on that on the call this evening. Number 3, you have to execute knowing that failure is not an option. So you're burning the boat, guys. You're not looking back. I said a couple calls ago that I sometimes have to put my hands on my client's shoulders and give them a little shake and say, we agreed on this. And remind them. And you have to think about this. I remember sitting in the gym probably 12 years ago with my now husband, Chris. At the time we were only dating. And I remember telling him about my dreams, my aspirations of having a wellness center that I have right now. And I remember saying to him, because it was a very low point in my life where it wasn't practical for me to open a wellness center at the time that I did. The economy stunk. I had just gotten divorced. I had 2 really little children, a 4 and a 6-year-old, and I had no money. I didn't have it. And he sat there and he said to me, well, what's the worst that can happen, Lori? You fail? And I was like, I guess you're right. And he was the deciding factor. He didn't know it at the time that he was coaching me, but that's what I do as your coach. I tell you, guess what? You got to burn that bridge. You have to decide there's no looking back, and I am going to create what I want. And you have to then make it a single point of focus where you are not going to accept anything other than success. So if this is making sense to you, I want you to drop me a 1 in the comments below. If I have totally lost you, drop me a 2 in the comments below. If you really loved this talk and you want to expose me to other people, please hit that little share button and share me on your timeline so that you can expose others to my work. And remember, tonight at 7 p.m., I am doing a free Next Chapter coaching. It's going to be a Zoom call. So if you want to come on to this coaching call, it will be a private call. I'm going to go into this subject matter a little deeper. I'm going to tell my personal story a little deeper, and I'm going to give you an opportunity at the end. If you would like to start a coaching relationship with me, there's going to be a really, really cool offer at the end. So I want to thank you all for jumping on today. I will put the link to the Zoom call in the description below this video later on. If you want more of a walkthrough of how to download the Zoom app, you can do it on your phone, you can do it on your computer. It's so super easy. You just go to the App Store and it's a little blue icon with a camera that says Zoom. Make sure that's downloaded today before 7 p.m. The call is going to start 7 o'clock sharp. I hope you're there. Don't miss it. It's going to have a ton of value. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.